All right, everyone, how about 3 quick cards and a bottom card with me? This is kind of an impromptu reading. Yesterday, well, first off, this morning on the Friday reading, I pulled on the energy of your soulmate cycle. In this reading here, I'm pulling on the energy that's around right now, and I'm going to tell you why. Yes, I love it when my readings get validated. It just cracks me up because, you know, I'm neutral about it. They could be good, they could be shit. I don't know. Either way, I'm pulling on this. Yesterday I did an extended reading for the North Node energies, and I called it the snapping turtle. Okay, and there's a reason for that. That's a specific energy that I give that name to. And there's a reason for it. Okay, the reason for it is the North Node activity. Saturn is getting involved today. And when Saturn gets involved, Saturn is Saturn's the taskmaster. Saturn is the boss. And I don't mean Bruce Springsteen. I mean, people don't like to be told what to do. And when Saturn gets involved, it can feel like we're being told what to do. We can reach a snapping point. Neptune interacting with the North Node earlier in the month, a couple of days ago, really showed people the road, you know, with the error of their ways and all that kind of stuff. What could be, you know, some reality. We called it a reality check. Anyway, I called that reading the snapping turtle, and it came out that way. It's worth a watch. I will tell you, it's impressive energy. I'm on a walk just 5 minutes ago. Okay, I came back from the walk and hit this reading. I walked past a building that it's part of my route, and there's this lady yelling and screaming, calling her guy a liar, a sociopath, get out of my life, get out, screaming and yelling about the lies she's figured out. She's had enough. She is the snapping turtle. And that's what's going on in this energy. People are having a knee-jerk reaction to what they're learning, especially if they've been held back in some way, especially if they're with a King of Wands. So I did a fly in the wall here a little bit, but I'm really just pulling on the energy. All right, it's important to understand this energy and what's going on and why that reading, why that extended came out with so many snapping turtles in it. We got the snapping turtle. I often equate the snapping turtle with the Queen of Swords, for example. Okay? Well, we're going to see that here in my pre-shuffle, actually. This is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you're here for a reason. It's my ongoing effort to keep you informed about energy and what's going on around you. And you may see some of these things for yourself. You may witness some of these things for yourself. All right, this person, it's funny, the universe talks to you through other people, coincidences, situations, you know, serendipitous events, you know, things like that. But conversations you overhear are important, especially if it's just a piece of it. Could be somebody on the phone, could be like what happened to me today, walking past an argument. The only part of the argument I caught was a very small little section of it. But it showed me that that person was done dealing with the King of Wands. Either being in a relationship with a King of Wands, being the Burger King themselves, right? The King of Wands is a sociopath, is a liar. It does make you believe anything is possible. You know, it's tough. Right now, people are waking up. And there's a lot of aggression behind it, which is why that extended for the North Node came out the way it did. So let's look at the energy of right now. Remember, the Friday reading I pulled on your soulmate cycle. That's about you and the runner or incoming soulmates. This is just an energy weather forecast. That fight was amazing. I wish I could have recorded it. I would have put it at the beginning of this video. It's unreal. Get out! You're a liar! Social, get out! Get out! She just kept yelling, get out. And then uncontrollable sobbing as I was walking away. It was kind of sad, but I felt good for her. I felt the liberation energy from it. I feel like Saturn doing its job. You know, a lot of times with that Neptune, I said in the North Node reading, with Neptune showing you the right path, right? It can seem a little dreamy. It can seem a little foggy. But with Saturn's influence coming in today to reinforce it, Saturn is like an authority figure. It's someone you trust, someone you believe. It's a cold hard truth. It really is. Temperance crossed by the Queen of Swords in my pre-shuffle. I shit you not. I pulled on the energy of right now, and this is what I use. My snapping turtle. I know it's a snowy owl, but they'll snap at you too. You know, they might be cute as pets, but I wouldn't walk up to a wild one and try to hug it and give it a kiss. That you'll find out what snapping turtles are like, that's for sure. Temperance here, somebody coming to their senses and reacting this way. Knee-jerk reactions all over the place. Why? Well, I got judgment crossed by the Seven of Pentacles. It's divine timing. It's a perfect storm of energy right now with all this North Node activity. And this full moon in Leo I'm going to pull on Sunday is massive because it's tied to a week where Jupiter is offering the vehicle to drive down the new road. You know, it really is spectacular timing with everything right now. This is God's source, the universe itself. It's a resurrection energy. Somebody coming to their senses and taking care of business. This is TCB. It really is. Right there, there's the truth. The truth that comes to light. What was that lady yelling in that argument? I mean, I literally rushed back here to the house to do this reading. What was she yelling in that? She was calling him a liar. A sociopath, she said. You're a liar, a sociopath. This is the Archangel Michael's sword of truth. Is Saturn hammers it home. You know, some hard truths. And there he is. The King of Wands, bookending the Temperance card. I shit you not, this is the pre-shuffle. It is unreal. And we'll see it play out in the reading in its own way. But this King of Wands, somebody coming to their senses, all done with King of Wands. Either behavior within themselves or around them. There's big changes. And the Leo full moon draws a line in the sand. And I mean that literally. It's a line that can't be crossed. Once Archangel, like we got all this, you know, God's source, the universe itself, divine energy around us and all this kind of stuff. Once Archangel Michael rams this up your ass, it's really hard to ignore it and get rid of it. Oh, by the way, in case you're wondering, underneath that King of Wands, I didn't know this was there, but I could see it. It's a tower. Yeah, it's all coming to get out. Get out of my life. Get out, you sociopath liar. That's the whole fucking argument right here in a pre-shuffle on the surface. And it's all happening because somebody's come to their senses, because of the judgment energy and divine timing, but mostly because of truth. Truth is healing. And sometimes healing reflects itself as Sam Kinison yelling to get out. You know, get out, 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 out. All right, here we go. Let's see where we go here. Let's shuffle the deck. 3 cards and a bottom card with me, which you all know. Now, the DF side, I think, is reacting a little differently. Some of you might be like, well, I'm not yelling at anybody. It's not about that. We pulled on that in the extended. I'm not going to tell you all about the extended and all that kind of stuff. Those are for a set group of people that go over there. You know, it's pulled. My readings are pulled for who's watching. So that said, when I pulled on you in that extended, it explained a lot of things. I did a comparison between you and them. They're the snapping turtle, no doubt about it, in their life, especially since a lot of them are surrounded by toxin. Give me 3 cards and a bottom card here, universe. Let's go. Let's talk about that pre-shuffle. Tell me what's going on. Give me a little fly on the wall here. A little fly on the wall. I swear to God, I love tarot. I absolutely love it because it just reflects the energy so perfectly. And sometimes the universe has a sense of humor, but sometimes it's spot the fuck on. 8 of Cups is the environmental energy. Yeah, that pretty much describes the energy I just heard on my walk that made me do this reading. But it's what's going on their side. I'm pulling a fly on the wall. Okay? I just got to hear it. That's all. The universe had me hear that. And I only heard a piece of it. It's not like I stood there and listened. You know, because they went into, even if I had, they went to a back room. You know, she was slamming doors all over the place, moving rooms and changing stuff. I heard what the universe wanted me to hear. It wants me to talk about that snapping turtle. 8 cups. Somebody walking away from 8 broken cups toward their happiness. That's what's going on. That's crossing the center energy here, the baseline. What else? The High Priestess. Yeah. All this stuff coming up from the depths. All this truth. We can't discount the pre-shuffle. Archangel Michael's sword of truth was there. All this truth is coming up from the depths. It really is. It's rising to the surface. All the stuff that's been carpet swept, everything. And it's explosive with that Queen of Swords. You don't want to mess with the Queen of Swords. She got a sword. It's a snowy owl with a sword. Ow. Okay, with center card crossed by the 8 of Cups. And I might look at what's under that 8 of Cups. I don't know, but yeah, 9 swords. 9's of the end in tarot. It's my discombobulated critter. It's a whole lot of just I can't take it anymore. You know, it's like, sometimes I say it's somebody pacing the kitchen at 2 in the morning, they can't sleep. This is the point where when the universe draws me to the 9, they can't take it anymore. I push this back, I push this back. That King of Wands is a liar. Either they've been lying to themselves, or they've just been lying in a fake relationship. It depends on your situation and what your person's doing, but this is the energy around. All right? Your reaction to what's going on with you might be less than this, but it's still, it might be lighter energy, but it's still along these lines. You know, it's enough is enough thing. I'm just curious. Underneath here, yeah, 2 swords. Two ace of swords. And I believe because the ace of swords was, yeah, again, there it is. I said walking toward it, 9 cups, right? It's right there. It's somebody here who reaches an impasse. It's just, again, there's 2 truths, and it's time to speak up. It is crossroads moment. It is a bit of, when you reach a crossroads, you reach that line in the sand. You go one way or the other. You can't go both ways. You know, it's like that. What's red with the High Priestess? Yeah, the Magician, transformation. It's a huge energy of transformation. Saturn's really pushing it today. And again, it's human nature that people don't like to be told what to do. I don't want to be controlled. But the universe, the energy of Saturn can make it feel like that because it hammers it home. It makes what Neptune showed as kind of dreamy and, oh yeah, that'd be great, but it makes it real. And this is a huge transformation that's happening here. Let's clarify. Let's do it. Let's clarify the High Priestess. Let's see what's coming up from the depths. So the energy right now is a snapping turtle. It's volatile if somebody needs to make some changes. The North Node energies are not kind and gentle right now. It's fiercely trying to correct. Uranus, now moving forward, insists on change. And the North Node energies, the other planets interacting with it around that right now, are helping Uranus with that change. And again, it can make for knee-jerk arguments, fights, you know, fly on the wall on your person's side if they're in a toxic relationship. I bet today is fighting day, or within this energy it is. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. So again, it may occur next week for them. It doesn't matter. You know, the energy is here. Let's go. Let's pull on the High Priestess. All this carpet swept stuff. What is this? What is this nonsense? Oh, God. What's been suppressed here? Well, it's crossed by the Queen of Pentacles. Again, what's been suppressed is the soul. This is a soul nurturing energy here. Okay? So, and again, somebody here, there's a frustration with this. It's a frustration. It's the only way I can describe it. All right? What's on top? Yeah, I mean that. I was going to talk about the fawn, right? This might be they want their soul nurtured. And what they've got is, as we learned in the pre-shuffle, a King of Wands. Either within themselves, external to them in a relationship. Either way, any relationship with the King of Wands is phony. It's fake. And they are a liar and a sociopath. Heavy on the ego. Make you believe anything is possible. All that stuff. I pulled the most love I could pull from the deck right there. The Queen of Cups. Somebody has been pushing back. That desire for that. They want their cup full. What did we talk about in the North Node reading? The Queen of Cups wants to fill that cup. All right? It is really like that. Center card here, red with the Queen of Pentacles. What is it? Yeah. It's an Exodus energy. It's the Knight of Swords. It's things being spoken. All the stuff that's been carpet swept is being spoken rather suddenly and harshly. All right? Very, very. They could have picked a faster owl here. But the tawny owl, not real fast, but still, it's being spoken. Definitely being spoken. They want to make this point. All this stuff that was carpet swept is coming up. It's causing massive transformation. New journeys to begin. Massive. And what's interesting is that these two are read together, right? This card leads to this one. In this case here, it is this card that takes us backwards so we fix things, and then we can move forward from a new point. Okay, a point of cups. All right, a point from the soul. You know, again, like that argument I overheard. Her main gripe was she was lied to, tired of it. Sociopath. That is the King of Wands. I mean, I actually imagined in my mind's eye the King of Wands, a cobra, in the animal deck standing there in front of her. All right? Boy, she was a door slammer too. I talk about that sometimes, don't I? On that page of cups from the witches, I talk about door slamming and all that. There was a lot of door slamming. I heard that. What's red with the Queen of Cups? Yeah, the Hangman, a new perspective. It's a whole new perspective. It is the snapping turtle energy right now. Saturn is doing its job as it interacts with the North Node today in a tense angle. All right, it really hammers home. No, what Neptune showed you on the 1st of the month is actually spot on. That's your true path. You can't deal with this stuff anymore. And it really does it in a way a boss tells you to go do something. Okay? And a lot of times it's human nature. Our reaction to that is to be a little pissy. But this energy I'm pulling on here, this runner on your side, they need to get pissy with this. They have to do this. That's the only way they get the bravery to make any changes. Change doesn't just require a desire to change. All right? It doesn't. It requires you to get mad enough at yourself that it conjures up this artificial bravery that you get it done. If all we want to do is change, I wish I could change. I wish we could change our lives. I wish we could do this. You just sit around and think about it and never do anything. It's not till you get mad at yourself. I say, and that applies to anything. Changing your life, changing your job, changing your relationship, quitting an addiction, all of it. Same thing, that breaking point. The breaking point is here. Let's pull on it. The Magician, transformation, huge, real, just unreal. Wow. All right, the Magician, why is it here? Massive energy. All right. Go take a walk yourself. You might even come across this energy if the universe wants you to hear it, right? Or if your neighbors are close enough. It is. It's one of those days. It's like and it'll result in a lot of different things. It'll result for some people, it's not just arguing with their spouse or their family or with themselves. It might result in them getting like road rage and things like that. It could. It's a real snapping turtle energy, as I call it. All right, why is the Magician here? I just love it when it gets backed up. I couldn't believe it. I said, oh my God, there's the snapping turtle. There it is. The universe is showing it to me for a reason. Probably wanted me to pull on this energy for you. This might help somebody, for all I know. Might make your day. I have no idea. Or it might explain some things about how you're feeling today. There's a wide variety of people watching, so I don't know. But there's some reason I'm here. I cut my walk short. Didn't even eat my orange. All right, why is the Magician here? Let's go. Tell me about the Magician. Yeah, a major energy of transformation. It's crossed by the Four of Wands. For a lot of you, these are marriages and relationships. The very thing that people thought was their stability and their happiness coming crashing down and changing. There's a whole new perspective on what they want on the path. And this North Node activity here at the beginning of February, as I said in the North Node reading, is influenced in between Neptune's influence and Saturn's influence today is a Venus influence. It's all about cups. It's all about love. And it's true because the universe is just energy. It's just trying to balance energy. It's just energy just tries to balance in nature. So it's very true because most of the energy that's out of balance is emotional energy. You know, if all we had to deal with was ego and pentacles and things like that, we'd be just fine. You know, but that's not. That's a very small, very 3D section of it. It really is. What's on top here? Yeah, see? Yeah, a lot of change. Somebody wants something new. They want real love. They don't want to be lied to. Don't want a King of Wands. Don't want a Burger King. Don't want to behave like that anymore. They know if they behave like that, if it's within them and not about a relationship, they know that if they behave like that King of Wands, they're not going to get any real sweet love. It's not going to attract that. Like energy attracts like energy. If you're the King of Wands or Queen of Wands, you attract other superficial people. It's just the way it is. Like energy attracts like energy. Non-superficial people don't want to hang out with superficial people. I don't like superficial people. I spend 5 seconds with them and I'm late for the door. All right, I don't let them in my life. I don't let their energy anywhere near me because I don't want it. It's terrible and it's tough to get rid of once it comes in. It's like cockroaches. Center card here, red with the Four of Wands, Two of Cups. Yeah, a transformation energy here. What we thought was our soul's true purpose, what we thought was stability, it turns out is is wrong, is changing. Our perspective is changing on that. This is happening in a more volatile way for any runners in this soulmate cycle. This is what they want. They want what this connection showed them. And Saturn is hammering that home today. This reading alone and what I witnessed today on that walk is going to make the Leo full moon reading one for the record books. I am sure of it. I'm sure that reading I'm going to pull on Sunday is going to be something else, especially with Jupiter getting involved. Remember, Saturn hammering it home here. Jupiter gets involved around the 7th, 6th, 7th of the month, just after Leo full moon draws a line in the sand. And Saturn, in Jupiter, offers a car, offers a vehicle to go down that road. It's about expansion. It's about, okay, now let's do something about it. Okay? But yeah, we got snapping turtle energy. What's red with the Page of Cups here? Yeah, 3 swords. Again, what did I say? I said what they thought was their marriage, their soulmate, what they thought was their stability is now changing. It's transforming. There's a new perspective here. Here's the 3 swords. Here it is. We had it in the North Node reading. I pulled on it specifically in the extended because it was that powerful. In the animal deck, it's not even a heart anymore. It's been ripped to shreds. Somebody here is, again, they want love. They want the cup. The Queen of Cups needs something in her cup. She has the urge to give, he or she has the urge to give that cup. This is what's going on right now. It's got a base energy of the 9 of Swords, which is fed up. I've had enough. I'm done. Somebody here is just fed up with everything they've kept quiet, zipped their lip about, the lack of love, the falseness of a worn out relation. There it is. It's amazing. Let's just pull from the witches and see if the witches want to tell you anything about the 9 of Swords here. I would say this card sums up exactly what I walked past today. That person, that lady, yelling at that King of Wands was heartbroken. She got lied to. Figured it out. She probably knew she was being lied to for a long time. I picked up on that energy. But what'd she do? She pushed it down. Pushed it down because that's what you do, because the King of Wands makes you believe anything's possible. Oh, they must be great. You know, they'll convince you, they'll lie to you, you'll catch them, and then they'll convince you that they did it for you, right? If the King of Wands cheats on you, they will convince you that it's your fault. You weren't attentive enough, so I had to go find it elsewhere from that hot little number at my office, right? That's not that's what? That's blame shifting. That's what the King of Wands does, the blame shift. No, if the person's not attentive enough, you don't go hit the little hottie at the office. What you do is you go and you sit down and you have an adult conversation. But the King of Wands can't do that, right? There's a lot of pain here for either how your person's been behaving or relationships that they've been in and how that's been making them feel. It's all on the surface now. And Saturn is saying do something about it. And Jupiter is about to provide the vehicle. And Leo full moon is about to draw the line in the sand saying you can't go back. I don't think that lady can go back. How's she going to take back everything she said? Unless that King of Wands needs her money. Well, then maybe, but, it's tricky. That sounded like the end to me. It did, with all that door slamming. I'll tell you what. Let's see. She can go back, but it won't be anything different. Obviously, she can. She could keep him, right? Your person could keep their person after all this. Yep. Or your person could keep living the way they're living after all this. Yep. But it'll never be the same. Because there's too much truth that's come to the surface, that Ace of Swords. All right? Defying Saturn is a bad idea. Saturn energy is there. It's very important. In fact, our most major life change is our Saturn return. Usually happens around age 27 to 28. Something in that range. Well, I'll stretch it. Age 27 to 29, because our energies all vary and we're all moving at different speeds. It's that age where everything changes. It's that age where we usually grow up. You don't have to. I know plenty of people that didn't grow up after age 27, 28, 29. Went into their 30s and still behaved like they were 19. I still know some of those people. And their life isn't very good. It doesn't turn out well. You can't pull that off going into your 40s or 50s. It doesn't work. It's lonely. It gets lonely. Relationships end and stuff. You make the changes when when Saturn presents them to you. Usually it's that Saturn return. It's a big, big turning point in our lives. Let's pull. So Saturn is involved here. And it's a big, big turning point whenever it's involved, especially with the North Node of Destiny. What's going on here? Nine of Swords. The witches are making me shuffle like crazy. I'm still shuffling. All right, I'm running out of things to tell people. Pretty soon I'm just going to tell them what I had for breakfast. It's crossed by the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, my student card. Again, somebody figured this out. So, it's a fed up energy. Once the truth comes to the surface, you learn something, right? There it is. There's the truth. Archangel Michael's sword of truth. I learned something. The truth came to the surface. It's a fed up energy. It's a I can't sleep. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of pacing the kitchen with a bottle of whiskey, and you just blah, like that. You turn into some kind of, I don't know, monster, if you will. It's a fed up energy. What's on top? Anything? Yeah, the truth. That's it. That's all we got. I mean, that's all that's necessary. Here's proof of the whole reading. The Ace of Swords. We've been talking about it from back in the pre-shuffle. I said it's important. It lands on top of the base energy. It's why the base energy is here. It's why they're fed up. Why with what they've learned, what they now understand. It's truth. It's very healing, but it's also very painful. It can be. The truth can be. Lies are junk food energy. Lies are easy. They're rarely painful because you just believe them and sweep things under the carpet, right? The truth can be very painful. The truth that you were with a false soulmate. Your marriage is bullshit. The truth of all of that you want new love, you want something else, and you're working hard now with this truth to transform. It's all very painful. New perspectives based on truth, based on how you really feel. It can be very painful. That's why we react this way. Here's a sword, here's a sword. It's a Queen of Swords in the pre-shuffle. It's all because of swords. They hurt. And it is what it is. And that person I heard arguing today, she was hurting. Why? Because she was lied to. And she may have been lying to herself for a long time. Because we always know when we're being lied to. You always know. It is what it is. Anybody who's ever been cheated on will tell you they knew. I knew it was happening. I knew. In my studies of psychology, I've talked to thousands of people. I know. I knew, but I swept it. I didn't want to, I didn't have any evidence or something. You're not a police officer. You don't need hard evidence. Just work it into a conversation and see if his face turns red, right? You catch somebody, just watch the body language when you bring something up. If somebody's hiding something, they get defensive. Or they blush, one or the other. It's the most common things. They cross their arms, things like that. Just look for that. Get spotted any time. Truth. Very healing right now, but it's causing a knee-jerk snapping turtle reaction in people. It's good if you're a runner, if you're waiting for somebody to change, you're waiting for somebody to make some changes, leave a toxic relationship. I mean, my Leo February reading, for those of you that have been following the Leo soap opera, was heavily, and I knew during that reading, it was very heavily around the North Node activity and the Leo full moon here at the beginning of the month. And again, it's unprecedented. It was quite clear in that reading that somebody is fed up, they've had it. But it's not just the Leo angle, it's in the energy. It's affecting everybody a little bit differently, but the same basic theme. So that's what's going on. All right. Hopefully this makes up for a relatively boring Friday reading, because the Friday reading, like I said, I almost canceled it. It just backs up the North Node reading in regard to the runner a little bit from your pulling on each of you, where you're involved. But where you're not involved, there's a lot of volatility here. So that snapping turtle energy, very strong. That's your reading. A little energy weather report here and a tale of my walk. Hope this reading was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. If you don't like this reading, well, it was free. So what the hell? That's it. All right, that's your reading. Good luck.